Hey guys, it's Shil. Today I'll be showing you how to put in some straight crochet hair into your hair, and the hair I'm using is from Sam's Beauty and it's the Italian perm yaki hair. And so the only supplies you will need are a crochet needle and of course your hair. So the very first thing you'll need to do is start braiding your hair. So the braid pattern that I'm using for this is pretty simple. In the front, I'm just braiding a bunch of braids going straight back. So I started from the center and I just continued to braid braids going straight back that were about this size. Not too big, but not too small as well. And you want, as you're braiding these braids, you also want to take into account where you want your parts to be. With this braiding pattern, you can choose to have multiple parts where you will be able to part your crochet hair. Those parts will lay in between these braids that you are braiding now. So you want to make sure that these braids will allow you to part your hair where you want it to be parted. So once you finish up braiding these braids in the front, just going straight back, you're going to connect these braids by braiding down along both sides, starting from the middle. And then once I braided down like this right side, I just bobby pinned it in place and then braided down the left side going down. And then originally I thought I was going to do a beehive, but a beehive is very hard to braid on yourself because it's hard to braid upside down. But this braiding pattern is much easier and it worked out really well as well. So all I did is like a little zigzag going back and forth, starting a new braid from the top. And then once I got to the bottom, I started to connect those end braids from earlier to this braid that I am doing here in the back. So on this side, I connected the braids from the right to this braid, and then once I got over to the left, I connected the one big braid from the entire left side, so that in the end I was left with only one braid. And then with this one braid, I just tucked it in and crocheted it through the cornrows so that it could be securely and flatly in place. And yeah, that is the braiding pattern. It's pretty simple. So then once you're finished braiding, you will go into the crocheting part. So once you have your hair out and ready to go, as well as your crochet needle, you are ready to start. All you do is put the crochet needle through your hair like that, and then latch the hair that's already nicely pre-looped for you. The hair comes like this, and loop it in the crochet needle like that, and then close the latch like so. And then you're going to pull the needle and the hair up through, and then you're going to put the needle back through like that so you can grab onto the rest of the hair and make the knot. Instead of just putting the hair in there, I find it easy to loop the hair around my finger like so, and then place the hair in it, because it helps me make sure that all of the hair is nicely placed inside the needle. And then I close it like so, and then I pull it through. You could be done and pull the hair all the way through, but I like to do this knot twice just to make it extra secure and make sure that it won't slip. So I put the needle back up through, and then I repeat the exact same process again, looping it around my finger just to help me place it inside the latch, closing the latch, and then pulling the hair through. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull it all the way through, like so. And then you have a nice little secure knot like so. I'll show you again. I'm putting the crochet needle through the braid like so, and then I get the hair that I'm using and I latch the hair in the loop, close it, pull it through, put the needle back through the loop, use my finger to better grab onto all of the hair and slide it all into the latch, close the latch, pull the latch through, open it, do it one more time, just to make sure it's a secure knot. You're basically just double knotting it. Pull it through. And there you go. And no problems, absolutely no problems with slipping whenever you double knot it. And I know some brands of hair can slip a lot, and this brand, as you can tell, does not slip when you double knot it. I did try doing single knots before, and as you can see, they are much looser. So I would definitely recommend using double knots. I mean, they're still not that bad if you want to make this process faster, because it is much faster to just do a single knot. It'll look like this rather than this. It's all up to you, but I will show you real quick how to do a single knot. It's not different at all. It's just you just do the process once. So you put the needle, crochet needle, through the hair, through the braid, and then you latch the hair just like before. Put the needle back through, and now using your fingers to help you glide the hair into the latch, close it, and then you're just going to pull everything all through once like that. And there you have a single knot. So if you're okay with that just being a tad bit loose, as you can tell, but I mean, if you're pulling on your hair, it won't come out. No matter how hard you pull, it just looks a little bit looser. It's up to you. So then I'm just going to continue to crochet more here along the braids, and I'm leaving some space. You don't need to cover up every inch of the hair, because you just fill it up depending on how full you want the hair to be. I don't want mine to be I don't want to have too much hair on my head, so that's why I'm just leaving a few spaces here and there open. Now for the middle part, I'm going to do things a little bit differently, just because I don't want the part to look like this. I want it to look seamless and like the hair is growing out of my scalp, so I don't want these knots to show. I'm going to unloop this by taking off the little like rubber band thing that they have binding it, like so that it's just free here like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my crochet needle and go up from underneath the braid like that and latch the hair the same way and pull it through the same way. But now what's different is after you go up through the hair, you're only going to grab onto half of the hair and latch it and pull only half of it through. And you can double knot it. Again, I would recommend especially double knotting these just because they can be looser. And then you're going to pull it through the same way you did earlier. And here the knots may be a little bit looser and you might have a little bit more problems with slipping, but nothing too bad. And the reason you're doing it this way is so that that knot can be covered up by this other piece of hair, and you won't be able to see neither the knot or the braid from underneath like that. And I like to just bobby pin it down as I am going through, just to keep things in place, and after a while they will just stay like that on their own. So I'm just going to bobby pin this like so. The way this braiding pattern works, you can do this invisible method on all of, like on this whole front area, but I'm just choosing to do it on the middle part, and I think I'll do it on this side part. You can do it either just on one side or just on the middle or on all three sides just to have more versatility. It's just up to you. It's just doing it with this method takes a little bit longer, so I just like to, so I'm just going to stick with only doing it with two. So I'm going to continue after you unravel the hair like this. You are going to put the needle up through, loop it, close the latch. I'm going to do it a second time. and then pull on it to make sure it's secure. And then so this other half will fall on top of the knot so that it cannot be seen. So then once you start to finish up the middle part, you can then move on to the other side. So then I just continued and did the same thing I did in the middle on the side to create the invisible part on this side part. So this is what it is looking like. You can wear it in the middle part or as side part, as I'm showing here. I went ahead and filled in the back off camera because it's just the same thing as I showed you earlier. So yeah, this is the straight crochet here from Sam's Beauty. I'll leave the link and information down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope this video was helpful for you guys. See you in the next video.